Greetings, fellow humans. Welcome to a Tea with JD and a special occasion that it is. It is the beginning of March of the Writers, and I will take this opportunity to do the first prompt and to explain the other prompts because it is March of the Writers. First off, this is rooibos tea, my favorite tea. Lovely tea. It is hot, so if I go or something when I sip, my apologies. Tea. I pity the tea. Okay, that's enough for now. This is gonna be a long video because there's 31 prompts and the intention is to explain all of them. If you've ever done one of the monthly prompts events that are on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, anywhere, it's basically a prompt per day. And you can do it in any language you want, and the idea is to connect with new readers and fellow writers and just all of us have fun, even if things are a bit wonky. Yeah, I will be doing the post in English and Spanish, but this video I'm only going to be doing in English because I'm going to be doing another month that's going to be exclusively in Spanish because it's only fair, and because doing it bilingually every time is a lot of work. So pardon me. Day number 1. Nice to meet you. Self-explanatory. Present yourself to readers and followers and new followers and fellow authors from around the world. You can be as creative as you want. You can do it in writing. You can do it in pictures. You can do it in video form. I'm choosing to do all of them because that's how it flows. You can use it with emojis. I don't care. You can do it with a GIF. GIF. Not GIF, GIF. So, day 2, pick a book. So basically, take a book. It can be yours. It can be someone else's that you want to give a shout out to. So again, Books to Grammars, you're welcome to join in the fun. Pick a book. So basically, book, pick a book. It's kind of self-explanatory. Day number 3, March 3, will be upcoming events, even if they're online. Last year I did March of the Writers and I had like the events and whatnot. It's like, yeah, what are you going to be doing this year? And it's like, oh, we didn't know that we weren't going to be doing much. But I am going to be participating in several online events. And I'll tell you about that on day 3. I'm not going to spoil day 1 with that because this is an explanation, and also day 1. I actually didn't say nice to meet you. So yeah, let's go back. And I'm not gonna edit this out. So me, nice to meet you. My name is JD Estrada. I'm a Puerto Rican indie author who writes in multiple genres. Some people scoff at that. Some people go, impressive. To each their own. I don't like to limit myself. I am a sock aficionado, creativity ambassador. I'm also the OG Double O Bananas. If you do not know what Double O Bananas is, go to Instagram and look for the hashtag Double O Bananas. I think you will have fun with it. It is me being silly because even if I'm 40, I'm still a big kid. I have 16 books out. That includes poetry, nonfiction, urban fantasy, middle grade, fantasy, and a special project called Blank Comics, something that I'm going to be working on to do something interesting and give it more life. It's a project that I truly believe in, and it just hasn't, taken off for some reason. So let's see if we can give it a nudge in the right direction. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Being from Puerto Rico, eso quiere decir que también hablo en español, and I can switch from English a español and maintain the syntax y la gramática correcta en cada uno de los lenguajes because that's the way that I'm wired. This is a simple parlor trick that I can do. Lo puedo hacer todo el día, and eventually I'll get mentally fatigued. But for now, I'm fresh as a daisy. If you want to check out my books, I always recommend, for ebooks, obviously Amazon. For my physical books, I do have a couple of those physical books in an indie bookshop in Puerto Rico called Tazas y Portada. Lovely people. I'm happy to support them in any way that I can and just get the word out so that people stateside and in Puerto Rico know that they can order online because they do ship. And they're lovely people and offer a lot of support to a lot of local authors, so that's cool. So enough about me. If you have any other question, we can do a live video if you're into that. But I'm actually gonna premiere this later on today, so if you have any questions, leave them in the chat when this is live, and if not, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you, okay? So back here, day 4 would be generally speaking, because I'm clever and fantastic and it's not self-explanatory. So what genres do you write in? Or if you're a bookstagrammer and a reader and a booktuber, what genres do you read in? Why will you be reading or writing beyond these genres in the future? If so, what do you have in mind? Day number 5 is music to write to. I have a March of the Writers playlist. It is almost 800 tracks long. It continues to grow. If you have recommendations, I'll check them out, and if I like it, I'm gonna add them. Originally, I was adding without checking it out, and I got some ads that for me felt clunky with that playlist, but they fit in other playlists because I love music of all decades, all genres. Yes, there are some that I hate, but even within genres that I supposedly hate, there's something that I enjoy. So why not check it out? Day number 6, favorite candy, writer fuel. We are naughty writers, and we do indulge in different things that give us, basically this is what makes your mouth go yum and your brain go vroom. Day number 7, Easter eggs, yay or nay? Some people are big fans. Some people think that they're childish or overdone or kind of suck or take away from to each their own. But you, what group are you in? I will tell you on the day. Day number 8, author Corona Couture. Last year, on more than one occasion, I did the Corona Couture. Corona Couture was me dressing up with silly stuff because I'm working from home. So by all means, show us your snazzy outfit. Be as silly, as fancy, as trashy, as whatever as you want. Just, I'm not gonna say keep it PG because it's up to you. It's your channel. I will not, impose. The only thing is that, have fun with it. Day number 9, lockdown lessons. In this year, all of us have learned a lot about ourselves and a lot about how to cope. It's been a year. And I think that any lesson that we can share might help other people. For me, to give you one example, although I'll do a full video on this, lockdown lessons, I learned that I have to keep my routine and dress up and, put on deodorant and put on jeans and, as if I'm going to work, because I am going to work, even though it's at home. So that's one of the lessons. But your versions, what have you learned and what can you share with us? Have you learned how to bake bread? Question number 10. If you were a cocktail, even if it's a virgin cocktail, need not have alcohol to be tasty. But would you be fruity? Would you be boozy? Would you be sneaky? Like, this is nice, and suddenly it hits you. Would it be fizzy? Would it be a beer? Would it be wine? What would it be? Let us know. If you want to include a recipe, if you want to do your own drink, that would be awesome, and I would love to see that. So by all means, see what percolates. Day 11 would be secret identity, i.e. the day job. This is completely optional. Some people want to separate their real life completely from their author life, and I completely get that. And some people, value their privacy. I value my privacy, but I share, I share a lot. I don't share everything, but I share a lot. I don't share when I'm on the toilet and stuff like that because some people overshare. But in terms of my day job, people know that I work in advertising as a copywriter, as an associate creative director. I'll go into the whole gist of that during that day. But yeah, what's weekly dual lives? you know, at nighttime we're writers, or maybe in the daytime. So in the other half of the day, what are you? Day number 12, the first book published. I remember 2013 is when I published my book, but 2014 is when the physical book arrived, and that's a whole video in and of itself. But there was so much joy in that day that I want to see, and I want people to share the joy that they felt with their first book published. Day number 13, liquid inspiration. Tea, coffee, rocket fuel, Monster Energy drink. What's in your preferred beverage container, and how do you take it? You know, inquiring minds want to know. Day number 14, bookmark collection. This is actually one of the prompts that is kind of repeated from last year because it surprised me. I had low expectations for that prompt, and I saw some really wonderful bookmarks from a lot of people, and a wide variety of things, from things that people made to things that people buy to support authors or artists of all types. It's really cool. So by all means, show off that bookmark collection. I'm offering a lot of ums, but you know, the means that I'm scrolling the document. Day 15, Recos. It's been a year. Most of us have seen movies, have played video games, have read books, have done things. What are some recommendations that you would share to people, as in, like, you know, the cream of the crop, the stuff that you go like, oh, this was awesome? Day number 16, auto buy authors. There are certain authors whom publish something and I do not even read the synopsis and I buy the book. Or I buy the music. You can actually do that. You can vary it however you want. I have a couple, and some people who are really special that I give a lot of love to because they deserve all the love, and they are wonderful creators plus good people. So by all means, who publishes and you click buy because you know that you're going to get your money's worth. Day 17, favorite decade. You can dress for the occasion however you want. If you know me, you know the one that the decade that I love. If you do not know me, you will see something fun that day, because why not? Day number 18, reader love. As writers, we are often blessed to get some genuine love from readers, genuine, beautiful love from readers. So if someone has posted something about your books, a picture with your books, or you met them at an event or something like that, share that reader love and show them how much it matters. For me, it's been very special. Every time I connect with people in different places, it's just super cool. Day number 19, cartoons you grew up with. As a kid, I learned that I would watch cartoons until the day I die. I watched cartoons with my grandfather. I will go in depth with this when I do that video, but Jejo, my grandfather, taught me that you can laugh forever. You can be a kid forever. You have to keep that childish joy alive and lit as much as possible. That's why I do a lot of stuff that I do, because I do get a lot of enjoyment from it, and it does feel fantastic. Day number 20, breaking the block. This is a topic that I think is going to be very interesting when we discuss it now. Writer's block is something that happens to people and it's always happened. Ask Fran Lebowitz. But in the last year, I think the reasons for that block have evolved or changed, or people that were always, you know, on point have had a rough time. So how do you break that block? What are your recommendations? What are some things that have worked for you that you think could work for others? Something that maybe is different, something that is a bit kooky and actually surprise you that it worked. You know, share it, because some people need a new option and a new route, and a new remedy. So why not help them out? Day 21, dress in your genre. I have seen some people dressed fantabulously in their genre or their stories or different things. And I think a lot of people can have a lot of fun with that. I've seen it for BookTube, and I've seen it on Bookstagram. So again, readers, you're also welcome to jump in. If you have a favorite series, show us what you get. Day 22, whip it. Whip it good. With work in progress. What are your current projects? It could be a single project, it could be several projects, but tell us about what's in the pipeline. Keep your readers hungry to see what you're gonna release. I have a lot of works in progress, and I have a lot of news that's coming. So stay tuned. Day 23, one of each. One indie book that you recommend, one classic book that you recommend, and one traditionally published, common book that is one of the top 5, one of the big 5 that you recommend. The idea is to expand horizons. People read in one genre or one type. I see a lot of value in reading broad, and I get a lot of enjoyment from reading indie and traditional and classical and anything I can get my hands on. Number 24, writer pet peeves. What are some things that piss you off to know, and things that other people you don't think wouldn't mind or would have a much more sober or logical reaction? I have a couple. Day 25, loving the elevator pitch. Loving the elevator. Yes, I'm a fan of Aerosmith. Sidebar, the last album wasn't as bad as I originally thought. Close sidebar. If you have any comments on that, use that comment section down below. But the elevator pitch is a 30 to 40 second summary of your book. It is one of the hardest things that we have to do with our books. I thought of this prompt because some people need help with this, and maybe we can share the different pitches of our books, and maybe we can get new readers, or maybe we can get feedback on how to tweak that. As an author, it is something that it is invaluable to connect with the reader and make a sale. Being honest, and getting people interested in your book. How will you get someone interested in your book in 30 to 40 seconds? You can do it in writing, but I recommend that you do it in video, because it's something that you're gonna have to face. And I'll do videos on public speaking and talking to people and stuff like that, in case that helps. But I really think that this can be very helpful for a lot of people. So share your pitch. Day number 26, unique influences. Inspiration can come from anywhere. What are some of your more peculiar influences? I love those little nuggets that people go like, well, one of my influences is, I don't know, reading Time magazine. Who the hell would say that as an influence? That would be a fascinating person to meet, by the way. Currently reading. As a writer, you should always be reading, but as a reader, you should also always be reading. What are you currently reading? It can be multiple books, it could be one book, it could be the favorite of the bunch, whatever you want. And tell us how it is so far. Sometimes a book is great until, you get almost halfway through, then another one picks up in the end. Some suck off through, and some just don't let you go, and you have to read and devour every page. What are you reading? How's it going? March 28th is writer tools. Tools of the trade vary from writer to writer. It could be physical tools, it could be digital tools, it could be voice to text, it could be anything. What do you use, and what do you recommend, by the way? Day 29 is share a review. Readers don't know how much in indies anyone values a review. The thing is that the difference between a major author and an indie author is that an indie author is going to see your review, or is more likely to see your review. So yeah, maybe you want to gush over Neil Gaiman or Stephen King or someone like that, or even Tolkien, who's dead. But a review makes an impact. So share a review that either hit you in the feels because it was very special and someone really enjoyed your book, or kicked you in the nuts. But you learned from it. You know, a bad review can be a great thing, and that's something that we can also talk about. Day 30, book piles. One of the greatest joys from my writer journey is the people I've connected with, the ones that have offered a new, unexpected, and wonderful definition to the word friend. You know, people who show love in ways that it surprises you. And so, share some of your favorites. I have a lot, and it's always a challenge on how I can share enough. But there are a lot of people that have come across my way that are really special for different reasons. And finally, day 31, never let go. Do not take Elsa's advice. And also, don't be Rose. Pull the person in, you know, share the door. Tell us how to stay in touch with you. Yeah, this is basically, you know, once March of the Writers concludes, the idea is not just to connect for a month. I've been able to make connections and make them last. And it's a two-way street. You know, you write, I respond, I write, you respond, stuff like that. I like your stuff and comment on your post, and vice versa. It doesn't matter if you're a writer or not. It doesn't matter what type of creator you are. It doesn't matter what type of human you are, as long as you're cool. And cool people come in all shapes, sizes, genders, nationalities, ages, anything. So the idea is to stay in touch. So 31 prompts, 31 days. What you think? Again, you don't have to be a writer to participate. So a couple of people have asked me that. If you're a booktuber and want to jump in, by all means, jump in. The idea, again, is to have fun. I think fun is in short supply with all the drama that we're living through. So why not make the most of it? So until next time, cheers, and peace, love, and mock your olds.